so many countries in this game now. No one's
seen a lot of things, man. Seen some things and some stuff.
Seen some things.
Yeah, we're crossing the border wall into Mexico for this one. And Dorado, indeed, this is, like we said, where we maybe feel Scylla have a little bit more that they can pull out. But maybe that means they've got a little bit more to prove, right? Because they do still need to actually repeat that performance. First of all, like I said, just to kind of prove that they can, but also to turn this from a couple of games into a series.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see, I mean, everyone outside of Fusion Girls would probably not want to see a 3-0 in the series for Fusion Girls. I mean, this is still the team that did take a map off them yesterday on this map nonetheless.
Yeah,
so
it didn't get 3-0 yesterday.
I expect Scylla to, at some stage, be able to pull one out. I mean, that would be the dream. I mean, well, the dream would be to win, really.
Yeah, if you're Scylla, the dream is to win, for sure.
To just even pull another map out would be a victory to take away.
Yeah, well, in any case, going to try and start it off. Now, we're already a little bit low, and they are on the offense to kick it off. They're going to be the ones setting the time, setting the precedent, and setting the standard to meet. Maybe it's the same standard as yesterday.
I mean, the standard has been set, right? They've won this map already. They're kind of under pressure to show a repeat performance that prove to people that it wasn't just a fluke.
Yeah, topping off Sparky gives Saphira a ton of charge. Spoons speeding in here, trying to look for a hook around the side. At the very least, they're giving the payload space, broken that first choke. No hook just yet, no picks either way, but the payload moving.
Kills either. Look at the positioning. Now Sparky getting hooked in early.
That's the bad one. They need to get a trade nice and quick here, but it doesn't look like they can. Oh, that's a lie. They actually find, sorry, it's not a trade. It's Saphira who just straight up goes down. It looked for a moment there like they may have been able to get Huss even, but
something I have seen quite a fair bit too often from Scylla now is Sparky being taken out rather early. The big takeaway again out of this though would be that Project has 99 to 100 energy charge, so something that Scylla can actually be able to use in this next push. But Sparky's gonna watch out here.
Certainly some mileage that they can tap into.
That's a trade. That's actually a good trade.
That's a really good one. Getting Huss out of the picture is a nice one to start it off with. And they've got Goomba too. That means no nano boost here. They need to get out. I eat you up. Wuvo, he's starting to make it happen. Yeah, that's the one they wanted. That's how you do it, boys. And Scylla, payload underway. First point capped with only a slight hiccup in between. Still looking good on Dorado.
Wuvo's still chasing. They're not giving this one up. Eda finally gets the kill onto Wuvo. Punishes him for the overcommitment. This is not going to be the same Scylla that manages to charge in all the way to the spawn point. They're going to take this one a little bit slower, just get the push up. Kart's pretty clean, I would say, pretty easy first checkpoint. Only lost that initial fight, didn't lose too many members there. What can they get out of checkpoint number 2?
Yeah, well, if you do recall yesterday as well, they actually managed to move fairly handily for the first bit. Then they kind of got stopped up just a little bit further from where they are right now, and they had to fight for every inch from there on to the end. They're going to go ahead and commit, starting it off with the Graviton. They've already found Flake, and now looking to get Saphira, as uncontested is I Eat You Up on this high ground, finding the other healer now, looking to get Project as well. Doesn't look like Scylla can really get much because they're not really getting these counter trades despite the whole hog. All they really got was Kiki, and that was Wuvo doing that one. Scylla, they do need to just kind of back out of this, take it on the chin, and try and not waste too many ultimates.
Oh, they haven't really wasted that many ultimates. I guess, I think there was 3 in there. Huss didn't have one, so 3 ultimates for a full team wipe of 6 members. They still come out ahead onto that one. Scylla, they've got barely anything in the bank here. They got Sparky with something, Flake and Wuvo coming up next, but they're not expected to win this next fight either. I mean, Fusion Girls, they should still be playing quite aggressive here.
Losing that whole hog and Graviton both were a little unfortunate. Now the commit. Oh, Spoons, nice position, was not able to close out on Trill. They've got Wuvo already as well. I Eat You Up on this high ground with the Nano Visor, looking to get, he gets 2 now with that. That's the 3rd kill for him in total. Does get taken out by Spoons, but Scylla, they won't have anything left to keep this offense going as they lose him. And now Wuvo, he was the first one to die. It's the only reason he is alive there on your screen.
And again, 6 kills for this time 2 ultimates, probably a much better, a cleaner fight. And just the fact that every time Eat-Up is able to use attack visor, he gets so much mileage out of it. Something that we talked about in yesterday's cast, Scylla versus Fusion Girls as well, is you take a look at the difference in attack visor usages. This time around, Wuvo's going to be on the Genji. I mean, sorry, he's been on the Genji for the entirety of Dorado, but no, he hasn't actually. He's been on Genji for just a second checkpoint. But when Wuvo is on the Soldier, kind of mileage he's getting out of the attack visor is just not the same.
Yeah, but the mileage he's getting out of the standard left click is actually good for him. They're going to open it up with a sound wave. They find Gunba to start it off. Sound barrier rather, now Trill to follow it up. They should be able to get this payload moving quite handily. Charge in as Kiki gets dropped down. That is a very deep Sparky, but it is a Sparky with some successful kills. And yeah, they're actually closing this one out completely. It's a bit of a staggered team wipe, but it is a team wipe nonetheless. Looks like they're going to be able to get this payload, if not to the end, and close enough that they can secure it with just 1 or 2 more ults.
One play they didn't get was actually Eat-Up, who he retreated from that fight. Probably a smart thing to do. He's able to regroup with his team, and now they can come back and Trill
with the charge. Yeah, he does have the ultimate. Oh, just barely gets a barrier up, but Huss and RQT already down. Doesn't matter that you block the Earth Shatter if you can't block all that damage. They open up with a whole hog, and they find a ton with it. Whole hog indeed. Point capped, looking much better than yesterday, where they really had to brawl for it. This time Scylla with 3 minutes going into this last point.
Yeah, last time they were into overtime for this checkpoint, and they were into overtime for checkpoint 3 as well. This time, 3 minutes and 2 seconds left to go. They got a lot more time to play with. Got a couple of ultimates coming back online as well. We're sitting in a sort of similar position where Fusion Girls are once again in the at the ultimate advantage. Gumber and Kiki up onto there. They're going to get a bunch of charge up as well. Huss has now changed onto the Reaper. A little bit of an adaptation here.
Alrighty, well, Fusion Girls now on the high ground. They need to get a key one. Changed off onto that Reaper. He's found one already, so it is getting some mileage, looking to take out Wuvo now. And that was a good Graviton just to catch the lot of them. Eat You Up getting the kill credits for that, and Scylla are happy to just take that one on the chin, back off, not use any ults of their own, and now they've got a bit of an advantage for the next fight.
Yeah, good thing for Scylla there, only losing 2 members. For 2 of the previous fights, they lost all 6 members twice in a row in the second checkpoint. So to be able to save members here, regroup and push back in, didn't feed that many ults, gave Eat Up like 20%, so he's about to sit onto the Nano Visor. Again, that's going to be the key combo for Fusion Girls to defend, but Project, if he can catch him in the Graviton Surge, that's going to be their victory.
Oh, here they go. Wuvo going deep. A little bit early on it, though. He is staying alive. By Eat You Up, though. He's got a barrier and a visor and a boost, and he's getting a ton, but Wuvo might be getting more. He's got 3 to Eat You Up's 1. Huss finding 1 back. But Fusion Girls, yeah, they're almost completely wiped. It's not just going to be a push. It's going to be a push that could potentially take them all the way to the end here. That's how you open it up there, my friends. It's no ultimates here on the sides of Fusion Girls. Huss, the only one really close. Yeah, Spiky. He's going to go one. Trill gets hooked in. Charge back. Oh, he's out for this one. Yeah, Spoon's put to sleep. And yeah, the Earth Shatter is still, is now down, had just been used. They're trying to get the last bit of mileage. Fusion Girls back out the gate, though. They've got picks. They're actually getting them. Eat You Up does go down. Scylla need to find a few more. Project fairly high in the charge, but he's not securing the kills. He actually just goes ahead and backs off, and somehow Fusion Girls were actually able to get it, despite losing Trill right on the start, and it's because Sparky kind of charged away from his team.
Yeah, wasn't able to, this is the thing, like you may have killed the opposing team's Reinhardt, but technically you're out of the fight as well. You're not there to defend your team. You're not there to apply the shield, and in the resulting trade, Fusion Girls just got much more damage and were able to push back Scylla.
Oh, Huss laying the trap with that Death Blossom the moment they come around this corner. Oh, but he gets hooked! Spoons! The game sense, he predicted it, now opens up with a whole hog. A little bit low, is going to have to back away, but he knows he's not been followed as they try and open up the rest of the fight here. 3 down for Fusion, 2 for Scylla. They have the numbers advantage. Sparky doing good work on this front line as Kiki just trying to delay. He's not really doing any damage as he flies around like that. Now RQT going to go out as the mech is destroyed for Kiki. He looks to go down in a second as well. They should be able to get it going here, and they've got a few more ultimates. They need to kill Huss again because that could still do so much work. Trill, he gets a great Earth Shatter. They're trying to make it happen. Yes, they are. Eat You Up. He's got the attack visor to keep it running. Spoons is trying to keep this one alive for his team, but the reinforcements aren't there, and the people with ults all died. Scylla, they get stopped up right at the last moment. 12 seconds indeed. It is in their sights, but they're just not close enough. Who is there? Who can buy 1 second?
There in time. This is the exact opposite of what we saw out of the last time we saw these guys. Fusion Girls, they struggle to get back on. This time it will be Scylla. They cannot get back onto the cart.
Unfortunately, not so. And they had all the ultimates. They just weren't quite proactive enough. It looked so very, very good. But in any case, that is still an offense to be proud of. The question is, can they then hold on the defense because they have no option but to? There will be no time bank for this one. They have to hold Fusion Girls somewhere on this map.
And just look at, Eat Up. He was the one that secured that defense, coming out with the tech visor. We've spoken about these tech visors before. These are the tech visors coming out from Eat Up that are able to save these defenses in a situation where Fusion Girls looked like they were about to drop that one again. Huss didn't really get that much mileage out of Death Blossom at all. And it was Spoons getting that amazing early prediction out of with the hook onto Huss that really swung the fight into Scylla's favor and trying to be able to push that one through. just wasn't enough mileage at the end of the day. Eat Up once again the big savior for Fusion Girls to save them that third checkpoint.
Yeah, well, like we said, now let's see if Scylla can find somewhere to dig in their feet and get a full hold. Pretty similar team comp to what was just used to defend against them. Fusion Girls maybe looking to pull out something a little bit different here. Don't know if that's quite locked in, though.
Yeah, for Fusion Girls, a team not easily full held anywhere. Although I have to say, I think Dorado, last time we saw these two last night, it was actually Fusion Girls running out of time and not able to get back to the cart, which led to Scylla able to take
it was exactly what we just saw Fusion Girls do to Scylla is what happened.
It is exactly.
In very similar fashion as well, actually, because whereas Scylla on their last offense yesterday, they struggled, well, I won't say struggled, but they got held up, they got slowed down a lot, and they got through right at the end. They kept a couple of those points in overtime, actually. By comparison, Fusion Girls had a much better offense. Today, Scylla seemed to have that good offense, but couldn't get it to the end. So, is this a role reversal, or will Scylla find a place to hold the line?
Well, they need to buy a lot of time on the first checkpoint if possible. Second checkpoint would be their safest bet for a full hold. Fusion Girls aren't going to waste any of that time, though. They're going to make use of every moment they have to get back onto this. They don't want to drop Dorado a second time, Scylla.
They would not bear to do that. And looking to put themselves up 2-0 in the series as well. Put the pressure on Scylla. We've only to stay as uncontested as possible, but Husk going around the side. He's going to try and thread the needle. Get a cheeky hook. See what he gets. Oh, beautiful day for fishing. First one goes wide, but Sparky low. He's actually getting picked off in Wuvo as well. Trill gets a good one with the fire strike. 2 birds, 1 fire strike. And yeah, Scylla already in disarray on this defense. And it doesn't look like they're even going to get a single trade back. Fusion Girls underway and as strong on the offense as we were expecting.
Haven't really seen Eat Up and McCree very much either, so this is a bit of a adaptation coming out of Fusion Girls that's very interesting. We'll see how Scylla are able to sort of work their way around that one, but the double tank trade there, Trill and Sparky both charged into each other, both then received the Zaya bubble, but it came out that Trill was the one able to pick up that double that really snowballed Fusion Girls through, and now they're working with decent ult charge, but Project was the one doing the majority of the damage for Scylla, so he's actually already sitting on Grav.
Absolutely. Flake getting picked off as well kind of hurts Scylla's defense here. It means they will not have the mobility, they will not have the ult. Oh, Sparky, yeah, great hook. Husk just no hesitation. Spoons is now in and cut off from his team, but they've got a good Gravitron. No follow-up because of that great heal grenade out of Gunbar. Now, yeah, they're getting a couple of kills now on the back end of this Project, finding a few, but payload is still moving, and that's really what counts.
Unfortunately, that Grav was just going to set Scylla a little bit further behind. They didn't get a single kill out of that. Like you said, the bio grenade coming out of Gumba, keeping everyone alive, but also the fact that Trill stayed up, helped the shield as well, just putting in front of Spoons' face. Nothing that Scylla could really do to get the damage in there, and now Scylla even trapped. They can't even get out of their own.
Yeah, they can't even mount a defense, and a great Graviton as well to stop them from getting anywhere near it, as they already lose 2 members to that one trade. One back onto Kiki, but they need to find a heck of a lot more if they want to make it happen. Sound barrier to try and keep them nice and safe in this one, and no such luck for Scylla, as the Deadeye is going to zone them out, pick off Project as well, and that is a 2nd point cap now for Fusion Girls. Plenty of time on the clock to take the 3rd.
They're not pressured here really at all. 5:20 left. They're still picking up final kills. We're not even really seeing Scylla able to mount up a stabilized. Oh, still the same snowball continuing to roll for Fusion Girls.
Yeah, the staggered respawns is really what's making it happen. It's like old school Jam when they had ATAR. They'd cap a point and then go forward, get a couple of picks, open up the space. And with this one, they should be able to get the payload to a position such that they can get one fight and close it.
Scylla still haven't found any options to defend. Huss is pushing them all back. Look at where the cart's actually nearly there.
They can't even get in.
At all left to go in.
They can't even get in to defend. Sparky's already low. Oh, Wuvo going down. They've got a couple. And the payload has been moving the whole time. Flake finally coming down just to contest it. He's going to give up his life for that one so that the rest of his team may fight on and get those respawns. They have found Kiki. They should be able to break out of this bottleneck, but the cart is nearly there. Someone's got to touch it. Oh, dearie me. Fusion Girls